What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and we are back yet again for another Tuesday Night Live. And guys, we are in on a different night. Now, this is normally when Nikki is live, but I shifted, she's shifting, so I'm live tonight. She'll be live tomorrow night, and it's all because Sir Rashawn Hunt's already distracted me. Sorry, but it's all because of the summer sale that is happening, kicking off today. So guys, we're going to get into that. We're going to look at a couple key feature systems that we want to tell you about. But you know what, Rashawn, I can't hate on you for that one, man. Rashawn says buy a Virus. I agree. I like the Virus rod. I like the Virus Baitcaster. I like the Virus spinning reel. I mean, it's the whole Virus line, the newer Virus line is a great line. So Rashawn, I'm with you, brother. And super affordable. Like the Crixus line was really adored. I think the Vixus. See, that's it. It's the Virus and the Crixus, the Vixus. It is like a really like refreshed new age Crixus. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I agree. Buy a Virus. Buy it. Needs to come in one piece. I don't disagree with that either. Now, there's a lot of reasons why. That's a great question. We'll jump into that right now. Why does KastKing have a lot of two-piece rods? Well, because two-piece rods are great rods, and we actually lead the industry in two-piece rods. But another great reason, too, is there's this old stigma that a one-piece rod outperforms a two-piece rod in a lot of ways. That can be debated. That can be argued. But one thing is for sure, KastKing excels in their two-piece rod technology that makes people just completely forget they're using a two-piece rod and it acts like a one-piece rod. And then you get that benefits of a two-piece storage, two-piece shipping, less chance of breaking them, damage. They can break down into smaller confined areas. They're not so cumbersome in different ways. So there's a lot of great reasons for a two-piece rod. That's for sure one of them. But I also got to agree, I do love a good one-piece rod too. I love a good two-piece. KastKing has definitely sold me on the use of two-piece rods. I used to be a one-piece rod guy my entire life. And then I started really giving the two-piece rods a try with that improved spigot joint that KastKing has patented. And it's just thebomb.com, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm with you there, All right, let's jump into it now that we've got quite a few people jumping in here. And speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching via YouTube, via Facebook, do me a favor, give this a share, especially you Facebookers. Share this to your favorite groups, not just KastKing USA or KastKing groups, all your favorite fishing groups. Share it to your channel. Help me out. Help me personally out. Get it out there. Get the views up. I face a struggle on YouTube. I'm not sure what YouTube's doing. I've been working to get my YouTube views back up. I think YouTube has changed certain things since I started using StreamYard, and I got left behind, and now they're shadow banning StreamYard. One reason why Nikki can have almost the exact same people in her clientele, watching viewers, and her views are going to be 6,000 views, and I get 200. It's weird. I don't get it. I'm trying to work on that, and I'm playing with some things and working on some things, so hopefully that'll change. Plus, YouTube won't let me go live from my phone. Won't do it. Say I need at least 50 subscribers or more. I've tried on both my different platforms, different channels, and it won't do it. So YouTube's got a bone to pick with me for whatever reason, but they'll let me go live third party through StreamYard, but they stifle my views. Don't get it. So Facebookers, I need you more than ever. YouTubers, let me know what I can do to fix this if you guys have any advice. But anyways, yeah. So we're going to roll along. First of all, hey, Gary, what's happening? I don't even know how to pronounce that, but hello, glad to have you. Robert Green, glad to have you in the house. Mr. Brown, hello. Rashawn, of course, on Facebook. Who else we got? Sparks, hello. Chalarnus, hello. Who else we got? Eric, how's it going? The mystery box looks so tempting. Yes, dude. I'm actually thinking about getting one of those mystery boxes just to see what comes in there. I would feel horrible though if I was like 1 in 100 that got the $250 value box, because I really shouldn't be the guy that gets that. So China Argus, hello. Seth, my brother, what's happening? Who else we got? We got James Morris, hello. Matt Dillon, hello. Rodney, good to have you. Bob, what's going on? Jose Cinco, what the hell, yo? It says. Always good to have Jose in here for the few moments that he hangs out and kicking it with us. Jose coming in through Facebook. But like I was saying, yeah, guys, anything you can do to help me figure out what's going on with my YouTube views and why they've got me just completely plugged up, let me know, guys. I've tried 2 different YouTube accounts that I have. Both have got me not allowing me to use any kind of mobile live, and I used to be able to do it. I've checked settings. I've gone through. Nobody can seem to tell me why YouTube is shutting me down as far as views go, especially on a third party, and won't let me go live for mobile. It's crazy. Anyways, all right, we're going to get to it, guys. We're going to get popping off. But like I said, Facebookers, I need you the most because my Facebook views are decent. YouTube's kind of a lost cause, but we're going to keep trying to keep plugging away. But yeah, we're going to have a good time. So let's just keep going. This is what it's up with YouTube. Yes, it's quadruple glizzies, and I can't gobble them fast enough to get it done. But anyhow, let's see here. Oh my gosh. Mr. Gimpy, I'm sorry. Just bought a quarter spool of tripolymer on Amazon, and now a sale happens. Just my luck. Dude, that's just the way it goes, isn't it? That is just, I felt that same way with when I bought my outboard. They had the 7-year deal happening. I did all the paperwork on my outboard, and I quit the 7-year promo warranty. As soon as I get the ink dry on my loan for the outboard, they go back to the 5-year warranty, and then it takes forever to get the outboard in, get it installed. Boom, 7-year warranty's back. But luckily, that warranty only kicks in when you register it, so I was able to register it and get the 7-year warranty. But hey, it happens. Murphy's Law. All right, we're going to kick into it, guys. We've got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Let's get right into it and talk about it because we've got some fun stuff happening, and that is the KastKing Mega Summer Sale. And yeah, let's go fishing, guys. And some of the comments we've seen is that mystery box. So let's jump over to the mystery box real quick and talk about that. And then we will get into some of the other key things that I think you guys should definitely check out and are some of my picks for some of the cool things happening on this sale. So let's cruise down here. Check it out right here. Where is it? Look at this. Okay, so chance to get a mystery box. Unlock surprises with every box you grab, okay? So this box is not $249, okay? The box does not cost that. The box costs $60, $59.99, and you have a chance to get, okay, up to $250 worth of gear, and there's some pretty good odds. So we're going to go ahead and share that. So let me show you this here in just a sec. Boom. All right, look at this. So we click on that, and it is the Bass Surprise Box, okay? So what it is you have a chance to get, you could get a Virus Reel, you could get a Mega Jaws Elite, you could get a Kestrel, you could get a Royal Legend Pro, so many cool things. So one item will be randomly selected from the surprise box. Each surprise box contains either a regular or rare hidden item. Regular item appears in a 1 in 5 chance. Okay, so you have a 1 in 5 chances to get these different regular items, but keep an eye out for an ultra rare hidden surprise, 1 in 100 odds. Okay, if you're lucky enough to receive a bait casting reel, let us know your preference. So when you order that, just say, hey, I want left-handed or right-handed. Surprise boxes are final sale and cannot be returned or exchanged except in the case of damaged or defective items. Okay, so remember, if you get a surprise box, but you're like, oh, I was really hoping to get, this thing, this blah, blah, blah. If it's not broke, damaged in any way, and that doesn't mean go out there and break it and damage it. We can kind of tell when you guys do that, okay? You can't exchange it. It's a surprise box. So no customer requests, substitutions, or exchanges can be made. If you receive a damaged or defective item, please contact our customer support team within 7 days of delivery and with photos, okay? So the cool thing is, you're going to get, it's just really neat, some of the goodies that you could have in there. 1 in 5 chance for your normal items that they have in there, of course. And then, of course, ultra rare items to be selected in there. And I'm going to have to tell you right now, if you get a Kestrel Elite in there, that is definitely one of those items. If you get a, what would be another one? An MG12, definitely going to be an ultra rare items. An iReel 2, that's going to be an ultra rare item. So those are some of the things that may possibly be a surprise in those boxes. So that's kind of crazy. That's like really crazy that's the way that works. But yeah, guys, $59.99 is going to be your entry into that with a chance to get $250 worth of fishing gear in that surprise box. 1 in every box. Let's see here. let's go and check some of my comments. So Dale, glad to have you. First timer. Glad to have you, Dale. Glad to have you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Jim Green Smith is watching. Green, Jim, glad to have you. What do we got here? Oh, I like that. People talking about that tripolymer still. Thank you very much. You know what, Brandon Garcia, we love having you in there. Love mega summer sales for sure. Best day ever. Let's see. All right, we're gonna keep rocking and rolling on these comments and get back into what we need to go. Just checking to see if there's anything pressing I should discuss with you guys. So iReel 2, yeah, probably not. There's a chance, you never know. Could be for sure like an iReel, whether it's the AMG or the fully electronic one. That's probably a better correction on that one. So yeah. All right, so let's get rolling. Better late than never. Sean, glad to have you. Sean's out there doing work, guys. This guy right here, I'm telling you, kudos to Sean, but we're gonna get into it. All right, so now guys, let's get a little bit more into this, dive into this summer sale, okay? And we're going to cruise down and let's go ahead and shop. And some of the different things that you guys are going to see as we scroll down is there's all kinds of great bundles you can get and things like that. Like we mentioned the iReel 1, A and B, $240 value. That is possibly something you could find. MegaJaws Elite. We have some different 20% off items. So some of the things that I wanted to talk about is like right here, the Rover Baitcaster, okay? That is such a great gangster reel. And actually, I know, right here, gentlemen, I've got them right here. Okay, so check this out. So the Rover is such a great concept of a reel right here. Of course, this guy's gonna come in like, say, you got your 40 series Rover, and then you have your big dog, which is going to be a 90 series, right? Giant winching handle, guys. This thing is a conventional style baitcaster. It's going to be great. You can do this with some saltwater fishing, or you can use this with freshwater fishing, whether you're doing inshore, saltwater, or freshwater, from redfish to carp, catfish, all kinds of different saltwater species. The Rover is just that great, inexpensive, but gets it done gangster, been around forever, and it's just a beautiful reel. Let me go ahead and move that handle so you guys can see some of the different logos on here. So this is your 80. Like I said, it comes in a 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 version. This is the 80, so the 90 is going to be a little bit larger. Giant cranking handle on here. It is available in both right hand and left hand options. Now, you can get it in different gear ratios depending on the size, from 3/6 to 1, 4/2 to 1, 5/3 to 1, and it is equipped with lots of great options like a full metal body, great for saltwater, like we talked about that. Let's talk about some of the gearing. Of course, exceptional strength plus durability, as mentioned, like I'm showing you in that right here. So you've got a brass pinion gear, brass main shaft, and a brass main gear. Let's jump down into spool, okay? Higher line capacity. If you guys can see on this spool in an 80 and in a 40 series, you guys know that you're going to be able to put some serious line on there. And I'm talking a lot of yardage, from 10-pound test in a mono all the way up to like 80-pound braid. You guys are going to be able to get a ton of line on these reels and really get out there and catch a lot of big fish. Now, another great feature is the full metal line guides for less friction and higher performance, okay? Big winching handle, like I said. You're going to be able to really put on that 80-pound braid, get out there, and just bring in those monster species, whatever they may be. Also, a little notable thing, you do have a line clicker, okay? You do have an audible drag, okay? And, of course, tension knob assembly. So those are some great features on it. Let's get into some of our drag. Now, you do have a carbon series drag. Let's drop down into that. And we're going to talk about some of those options right here as we line into these options, as you can see for yourself, okay? So a lot of different options to choose from, as you can see. Now, you are looking at 15 pounds of drag coming in with your 40 series, okay? Now, with that, you're going to get a 6+1 stainless steel shielded ball bearing, available right hand, left hand, black, and red, okay? 5/3 to 1 gear ratio. Now, your gear ratio will slow down as you go into a larger housing, okay? Now, that is, like I said, a 15-pound drag, available all the way up to a 30-pound drag. Now, granted, you get into those bigger bodies, you're getting into larger drag, but you're getting into slower gear ratios. But this guy right here is a beast when it comes into straight cranking. So Capstan Elite Baitcaster, that's another great one. That is definitely a great one. And we're going to talk about a Capstan Elite here in just a moment, but it's not the baitcaster. So if you're looking for a traditional style baitcaster that is just absolutely that bare frills, but gets it done, you've got your carbon drag, you've got your line clicker, you've got your tension knob, you've got an easy castability system on this thing. It is just flat amazing. That is the Rover in black or in red. Okay, guys, this is coming in on sale, 10% off right now. It's a great system to get. I'm telling you, it's just that good all around great reel. We've talked about it before, but for those of you that are new, show them the line options to put on the reel. Okay, I can definitely do that. So some of the different options, left hand, yeah, Ricky knows what's up. Some of the different line options you can put on there, you can go with big. Now, there's some great line options too. So KastKing's developing a ton of different things, but from braid, you can go from Destron braid, you can go to super power braid, you can go to, let's just get into that. So Rashawn's got me going into left field, and I'll show it real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's show some of the line that we have available on sale. Okay, so here's some of the different line options that you guys can take advantage of through the sale. So for 20% off, this is actually a really cool system right here. So check this out. Now, what you have, okay, is Destron Complete 8, right? So what it is a leader line as well. So you've got, say, let's get into an 80-pound braid, okay? Let's scroll down to our options. Get into this, okay? So scrolling down right here. Okay, so what you have is a premium 8-strand carrier braid. The Destron braid is a fantastic system braid. Also has a good color fasting technology, but comboed in this system is 100% fluorocarbon to go with it. So now you can go in here and you can get a discount on this braided system. See this little line right here? I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but you actually get 2 lines with this package. You can get your guys' main system. You can go to an 80-pound braid, and you're going to get a leader line to go with that. I think that's freaking absolutely awesome. So now, if you look, you can go into it, okay? So you have a 80-pound braid, okay, with a 40-pound fluorocarbon leader. 50-pound braid, 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. Okay, some really neat options. So the cool thing is now you can put yourself out super durable braid out there, but then give yourself a leader line for that invisibility. And also, if you break off or if you're going into different things, you're only going to break that leader line, and you're going to keep a lot of your gear, and you're going to present that bait more visible than a big bulky braid. Some really neat options to choose from. So different line technologies to choose from there. So I think that's really cool to check out, and that is part of the sale. So a really innovative system there. But yeah, tons of different braids, fluorocarbons, things like that, guys. Check that out. That's another cool thing in the fishing line to look at. Let me go ahead and show that to you. Right here, it's the Destron Complete X braid, right? It's going to give you 20% off. You're getting a braided line. You can get lots of yardage, and you're getting a leader line comboed into it. And another cool feature about that is that leader cartridge, the spool that it's on, snaps into the backside of the braid spool. So they come together, and you can house them together and keep it as one complete unit. Super cool that KastKing is doing that. That's pretty neat. Or you can get the good old-fashioned super power braid with the color shield. You can put mono, fluorocoat, fluorocarbon, anything you want on these reels. It's going to work out great for you. So actually, thank you, Rashawn, for that little talk there on that. So let's go into some of our other options that we're talking about too. And one thing to mention is going to be the combo, or not combo, but fishing reel we want to talk about in some of these promotions to check out. Guys, the Capstan. The Capstan Elite reel is definitely a reel to check out. And I wanted to pull up a little note here that I'm going to peek on here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Capstan Elite saltwater spinning reel. This guy right here is a beast, okay? IPX 6 rating. This is a beefy monster of a reel to check out. Yeah, Lenny knows what's going on. Lenny's borrowed this exact setup right here from me and done a lot of catfishing for this thing. It is crazy. It's just it's just wild how powerful this reel actually is and a lot of features. So let's go into the reels and let's look at the KastKing Elite. I'll just go straight into it. See, look, you got some cool combos you can find, but let's go into spinning. There's a cool combo to check out, and this one's super neat, and we'll look at it right here in a saltwater system. So we're going to kill two birds with one stone with this combo. I wanted to show you guys right here. The KastKing Elite saltwater spinning reel right here. Like I said, it's an IPX6 rating. It is built to the gills to just get the job done. And as you can see on this model, it has that enormous winching handle. What color is recommended for our lakes in Arizona? Are you talking in, sorry, I got distracted, guys, but JC's asking a question here, and he's a hometown boy, so of course it just caught my eye. What color is recommended for lakes in Arizona? You'd be talking braid. There's a lot of different times when to use braid. Braid, I don't necessarily worry about color too much, other than I try to go with, there's a lot of politics behind braid. For Arizona, I like to use like a darker braid or colors that we see a lot in Arizona. So like grays, blacks, chartreuse, and moss green I use a lot. Now, those are great for Arizona lakes. Now, I also will use very bright braids for visibility when I'm trying to do like finesse or light bites. So a very bright white and yellow will actually help when there's low visibility and you're trying to see your line moving and things like that. So those are some of the different colors to use in braid when you're going like that. So, okay, so jumping back into it, guys. So going into this system, checking out the KastKing Elite. Okay, so like I said, you have a IPX6 100% waterproof system. Okay, so this thing, that IPX6 rating is a very, very stringent rating, and it goes down very deep in this system. So that's another great thing about that being that waterproof. When you're talking about IPX waterproof sealed ratings, where that is really going to be important is in salt waters, and also as well as when it comes to drag running. So salt water is highly corrosive. It gets in there. It can get things gummed up, bound up, corrosive. And this reel is designed to prevent a lot of that. Also in your drag slip, anytime you get any kind of gunk, funk, salt, dirt, debris, being sealed systems, especially in that drag, is really going to work great for you. And as you can see from the display I have up on here, and you can't tell just by looking at the reel, we can even take this thing apart, it would take forever, but you have multiple different O-rings and seal systems that's going to keep a lot of that debris and a lot of that funk out of your reel, so it keeps working flawlessly. That drag's not going to bind, it's not going to get debris, it's not going to cause failures. That drag is going to do as you need it to do when you want it to do it. And speaking of drag, you're getting up to 30 pounds of fish fighting powerful drag on this big beefy of a reel. Also braid ready. So it's great system in here. So you can put on a massive braid if you want it and go for fighting. Or if you're going to run a lighter line, you have that sealed system that's going to keep that drag running great. Triple disc carbon fiber drag is going to keep this thing working flawlessly. Okay. Now, another great thing to keep it working flawless in that sealed system is a great bearing system. And a 6+1 stainless steel shielded bearing system is going to keep this reel going performance flaw ready all the time. Now, you'll get those crazy bearing counters out there that think, oh, you've got to have 25 bearings to 2 or 25 to 1 or 11 to 1 or 10,000 bearings is going to make it run. Yeah, granted, the more bearings you put in there, the better the thing's going to feel, but it's not required. If you have a great engineered system and the bearings where they matter, it's going to work amazingly for you. And KastKing took that in there. Also, another thing to think about too is a double supported pinion bearing system that this reel has. So that's another great option to think of too. So a lot of great options in this reel, but one of the main things to really take note of, if you're going to be out there using a reel this big, this beefy, heavy drag, beefy system on that drag, double supported pinion gear, double supported just main shaft, and that is some of the things that KastKing really focused on. And also you want to make sure you've got tough system in here. So you have a high strength pinion gear, and you also have a heavy duty manganese brass gear on this system. So when you hook into that big species of fish, whether it's saltwater or it's going to be a freshwater species, the KastKing Elite is going to get it done. Now, one of the great systems that I want to talk about too that it's comboed with is, now you can get yourself, I'm going to grab this just as an example. Let's go back up into this combo. And I think it's a really neat combo to look at. is when you package this deal all together. Let's run back up to it. Golly, there it is right there. This combo alone right here, guys. You can take advantage and get yourself covert line, 100% fluorocarbon with the leader line. You can get this whole package together. You can combine it with your Hypersil tackle box, and it's going to do awesome for you guys right now. It's going to package it. It's going to do good. Now, these Hypersils, too, also, as you guys can tell, coming in purple. They're available in gray and black, as well as orange. These are fantastic. So anytime you can get a combo deal on them, and as you can see right now, there are different combos to choose from. These are definitely the ones to take advantage of, and they will jump in here. So let's add it to cart. Boom. And then you can see right there for $129, you're getting the KastKing Elite Saltwater Spinning Reel. You're getting a Hypersil tackle box as well as some 100% fluorocarbon leader line. Now, the thing to take note of before you add it to your cart, like I did, if you want a 3000 series, make sure you do that. 6000, 8000, 5000. Those are some great deals. Now, I'm going to jump in here and talk about the Hypersil tackle boxes because that's one of the things on my list I definitely want to talk about. So it's really great that I have a combo deal that I can knock out two birds with one stone in this time-sensitive show that we have going for you guys right now. So Hypersil tackle boxes, like I was saying. And actually, you know what? We'll just jump over and talk about those two all together so you guys get the whole system in your face all at once. Okay, so purple and black. Or purple and gray. Guys, I had a ton and still have a bunch of the orange gray ones, okay? Like you see right here, okay? But as soon as I saw these at the Bassmaster Classic, and I had a sneak peek of these, they were a prototype at the time, pretty much finishing up, ready for production. The owner showed me this because he knows I love purple. And as soon as I saw it, I was upset because purple's my favorite color. I just wrapped my bass boat in purple, and I thought, oh my God, now I got to change everything to purple. And I did. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll actually pick it up and show you right over here. There is 26 brand new purple KastKing Hypersil tackle boxes, just like this one, ready to get loaded up with all my fishing gear. I sold all my orange and gray ones to Max Hernandez. This gentleman over here behind me, Max Hernandez, he rocks a lot of orange on his boat, so of course he loves the orange ones. He hasn't quite converted over to the Hypersils, but he wanted to. So I made him a good deal, and I got some money back in my pocket to pick up and convert completely over to the purple ones. But you guys are asking, okay, so why do I need Hypersil tackle boxes over just a traditional tackle box? And who cares about purple? Some of you guys may be like, I love purple. Somebody say, I don't care about purple. What makes a Hypersil a Hypersil? So what you have is a waterproof hyper-sealed tackle box. It's a sealed system that actually locks itself in. And as you can see right here in this, you have a seal right here that is going to keep moisture out. Now, a lot of times people will go, well, wait a minute, hold on. If it's going to keep moisture out, it's going to keep moisture in. That's true. You're not wrong. But KastKing thought of that. So let's go back to the keeping moisture out, and then we'll talk about what happens when moisture is in it. So with this seal, you're going to be able to take and put all your favorite tackle in here, or make a snackle box like Jose is known for, and go ahead and keep the water out. So let's say you have a box full of lipless crankbaits. And we all know that if you guys got a ton of lipless crankbaits, you could stick a couple $100 worth of crankbaits, lipless crankbaits, depending on the brands you use, or even crankbaits or whatever it is, into one of these boxes. Should that thing go off the side of your boat, your kayak, or fall off a ledge if you're fishing from the bank into the water, it could sink, especially if you've got a older system that doesn't seal like this, standard Plano style tackle box, and it could get full of water and sink to the bottom, and you've lost it, right? Now, or you store these things in the back of your pickup, a big rainstorm hits, and all kind of condensation and moisture gets inside. This box is going to keep that out. That's another great feature, and it will float. Now, Sean loves to go crazy, and he always asks me, are they going to float with it full of tungsten? No, it doesn't float full of tungsten. Come on, guys. You got to look at your – and Sean, I'm not bagging on you. I was just saying it just could have been a miraculous thing, but it comes down to the laws of buoyancy and weight and things like that, and it didn't happen. But majority of all the fishing gear you're going to put in here, so long as it's not 50 pounds of lead and 50 pounds of tungsten, you fill these full of hooks, it'll float. You fill them full of crankbaits, it'll float. You fill it full of soft plastics, it'll float. You fill it full of meats and cheeses like Jose first did, it's gonna float. And it's gonna keep the water out so long as you have it secured and locked like it's supposed to. Great, cool feature. You unlock it that way, rotate the lock off, and now it pops open. Now, if you change altitudes, what's crazy about it is it's going to seal, and this thing will almost vacuum seal. And that tells you how great that seal works when this thing vacuum seals, and you kind of got to pop it open when you're chasing all these. Will it fit a glizzy? All right, so now the glizzy comments are making it to the live show. You can never skip out on the glizzy, especially when Jose is involved. Yes, you can put Costco glizzies in here. You can put mini glizzies, Vienna glizzies, Circle K glizzies. You can put Nathan glizzies. Any glizzy that you want to put in there, you can get a lot of glizzies as long as it fits in a 3700 series. Now, they do make a 3600 series for standard size glizzies. So yes, you guys can definitely get your glizzy in a Hypersil box. Available in gray and black, which I will show right here. They just call it black, but it's gray features. Basically, all of the back housings are gray, and the fronts are going to be trimmed in either purple, orange, or black. And as you can see now, I have a black one and a purple one and an orange one sitting right here, and I'll bring some of these out as an example. Now, before I get into those examples, we will talk about keeping water. Once you have, let's say you've been throwing big deep diving crankbaits, frogs, or things like that, especially frogs. Say you put your frogs in here, and frogs get a lot of moisture inside of them. You put them in here, you seal it up, and you store it. Well, you actually have these water and moisture absorbing little containers that come with it that you can move around. You can take all these dividers out, multi-position them as you can see, and put your favorite baits in there. But they also can, each one comes with one of these moisture absorbing packets. So if you happen to put a bunch of frogs in here that have a bunch of water in them, or your baits are wet or things like that, that guy is going to suck all the moisture into that silica packet and absorption system. And it's going to keep this sucker dry and keep your hooks from rusting as much as humanly can be possible, and keep everything secured. It is a fantastic system. Now, this is a 3700 series box, okay? I use a lot of 3700 series, but for some of my other stuff is the 3600 series. Now, these 3600 series boxes are also available in the orange. They're also available in the black and the purple. But what's really cool about them is these guys, let's say you pick up one of the bait space tackle bags or the carry-all tackle bags, and they're going to come with their own boxes. But maybe you guys want to pimp out your bags even more and make them even nicer. So here is some of the standard style 3600s, and these are not waterproof, okay? They will not keep water completely out. They can get water in them. They don't come with the packaging that will hold water and suck moisture out. So that is the downfall of a standard style box like this. Now, every manufacturer makes a box like this. These new Hypersil boxes are the new style that are really taking over the market. And of course, KastKing is right there with a great price point. Let's say you want to take your backpack and really make it even nicer. These are getting to fit in there. So they will take the place of those traditional boxes. As you can see, if you look at the actual sizing of them, they are a 3600 series. They're low profile and they fit fantastic. So you can now take and get rid of any of those other style boxes and put these in there, or you can just use them on top of them. So let's say you have 4 boxes here, but you want to add a couple other ones. You want to put maybe you're going to put some other soft plastics here. However you want to do it, this system can work. But yeah, these Hypersil boxes will fit the 3600 series into your existing 3600 series style backpacks and other systems like that. So that's the great thing about the Hypersil boxes, is they didn't recreate the wheel, so to speak, with this design. They just took it and made it better. So they will fit into your normal rod lockers. They will fit into a lot of your other systems, and they're going to work great for that purposes. But they did come out with some new sizes. So this is a 3600 series. This is your 3700 series. And then they came out with a 3700 series deep. Now, these guys are a lot larger. You can see they are deeper. You can see the depth difference. They will take up basically twice the space as one. As you can see, that hence the deep reason. They do lock and seal the same. They do also come with a large absorption packet in there as well. And I think these are great for, like, I have 2 or 3 of these in my boat right now. They're orange. I'm waiting for the purple ones to come out. But I keep like my scale in here, different pliers, my system that I actually use to fizz fish and things like that. I keep a lot of different batteries. I keep several different sets of batteries in here and things like that. Only see 2 viewers. See, that's not right. That's crazy. I've got more viewers I can see on my side, but YouTube is blocking me. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And no comments. Yeah, see, it's weird. It's wild. It's blowing my mind how they're doing that. So Jennifer Lude, glad to have you. No worries. Glad to see you here. But anyway, so yeah, these are great. Like I said, so I have like a Garmin on my boat, a Garmin force trolling motor, and it has a wireless. You can wire it or make it a wireless Bluetooth style trolling motor pedal. And I had an issue the other day, and I usually don't have batteries in my trolling motor pedal. Well, I needed it. And I thought to myself a while back, hey, let's put a set of AAAs, let's put a set of AA's, especially after I did a live show a while back. And I caught some bass, and I went to weigh it because I was going to do a giveaway if the bass weighed over X amount of pounds. Jumped it, caught a good sized bass. It was weighable. Like, okay, let's weigh this thing, see if I got over that 3-pound mark or whatever it was. And my scale was dead. I hadn't used it in a while, and my scale was dead. And I was like, oh my God, I have no batteries. So that was one thing to go, I need batteries in here. So my different tools, scales, extra batteries, AAAs, C's, D's, 9 volts, and AA's had in here. And actually, because of that, my trolling motor had issues. I was able to get into this system. The batteries were not exposed to water. They didn't rust. They didn't get any kind of corrosion to them. And it saved the day with the Hypersil tackle box. True story. That was actually just a couple weeks ago. The next thing to look at is these deep systems is for giant baits, like crankbaits, things like that. They have a divider system for those. So here's a deep box right here that I do have large spoons in. And guys, this is one thing that I noticed, like, you think to yourself, why do I need a box that big and that robust? Because when you have spoons that weigh like 2 pounds each, put my Hypersil on my screen here or on my keyboard. Let's run it back up. When you have spoons, and as you guys can tell, I have giant hands, and these are big spoons. These guys weigh like almost a pound each or a half a pound. I mean, they're heavy, guys. These things are heavy. When you have large spoons like that, or some of the other big, massive size spoons that are not as heavy, but they're very cumbersome. I mean, look at that thing. That's almost a foot long. And then have a bunch of them in here. These deep tackle boxes are fantastic because I love a ton of different spoons when I'm using a Magnum spoon for fishing. Yes, these are for bass. I use them for bass, and I caught them. So if you look, I've got a bunch of spoons in there, but I have room to grow with this system. So guys, these big tackle boxes definitely help. So definitely check that out, guys. That's the Hypersil tackle boxes. You can get them in a 3600 series. You can get them in a normal 3700 series or the 3700 deep. So that's a great combo to go back to. So I love it. Let's check the comment section and keep rolling, guys, because this is all some of the different things that you're going to see on KastKing.com as well as that summer sale. And if you guys are going to be taking advantage of that summer sale, use discount code AJWKK, save 10% on top of already the other sales and deals that are happening. Now, I'm not just showing you guys the deals. I'm showing you some of the other great systems and great products that are on the website and featured in this sale. So, or on this whole push. And not always when there's a summer sale is it about just blowing things out. It's also putting quality products in front of your face, like the Rover, like the Capstan Elite Spinning, like the Hypersil tackle boxes, like the Braid, or even, so to speak, what are your guys' favorite finesse systems that KastKing puts out? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Jennifer, Juan Pedro, Chana, James Morris. Guys, if you had your choice right now for a bait finesse system, what would it be? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys going to be a Zephyr person? Are you guys a Kestrel Elite? What are you guys using? Spinning? Non-spinning? AJ, can I use your code on Amazon? Unfortunately, the code does not work on Amazon. It is at KastKing.com, as it shows right there, scrolling across the screen. 10% off, discount code AJWKK at www.kastking.com. Unfortunately, it does not work on Amazon. I wish it did. Kestrel all the way. See, I'm with you there. Oh, I forgot about the Valiant Eagle 2 for finesse. That's right. Yeah, that's a good one. Zephyr or BFS or Kestrel for BFS. Kestrel. So that's a great thing to talk about. And what cracks me up too, guys, is I was actually just talking to a coworker of mine. Guy's name is Anthony, and he is just now, and he's, love you, Anthony, if you're watching. But one thing I've noticed about Anthony, and this is the same thing, I'm guilty of it. Matt Shura is guilty of it. I'm sure Skeet's guilty of it. I'm sure Brent's guilty of it. I know Cliff's guilty of it. We all get stubborn in our own ways, and we don't like to get outside of the world of the fishing that we know. So bait finesse systems, or BFS, is nothing new. It's been around for a couple of years now, quite a few years. I can tell you right now, the gentleman, James from Muskie, that was just asking me a question about my discount code, I know that he bought a Zephyr, which is an entry-level bait finesse system. That Zephyr blew up the market for us. That was right when bait finesse was getting popular. We put out an entry-level Zephyr bait finesse system, like under 65 bucks, $70. That thing flat worked and worked well for the price point. But what made me laugh is when people would, and this, I just saw somebody put out like 5 months ago, a comparison. They wanted to compare some of the popular bait finesse reels on the market and see how they stack up against each other. And they took the Zephyr, a $65 reel, and put it up against a $200 to $250 Shimano. And I'm like thinking, guys, like, you're killing me here that you're doing that. So a great system to have put it up against would have been the Kestrel Elite, or even the Kestrel itself. Now, let's talk about that and get into the sale here, and we're going to have ourselves a real accurate conversation. So let's go ahead and present it. And it made me laugh because they'll talk about, okay, the Shimano will outperform the Zephyr and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, guys, that's not, we're not even comparing apples to apples. You're taking a $200 to $250 Shimano and comparing it against a $65 reel. Well, let's talk about something like the Kestrel. So whether it's the Kestrel Elite, the Kestrel system with the standard series handle, or the Kestrel Micro Air Finesse, there is several different lines to choose from, and we're going to talk about them real quick. What is the difference? So let's say you're new to this Kestrel series and bait finesse, and you want to get into it, like Anthony, my coworker. Now, Anthony has won lots of tournaments. Anthony is actually on the state Nitro team and Bass Pro Shop team here in Arizona. And the dude he's a stick. He can definitely catch fish. We call him the Roosevelt Lake Bully because if he's fishing a tournament on Roosevelt Lake, you definitely got to watch out because he's going to be a contender and one to beat. But now he's wanting to get into using some of these bait finesse reels because he's trying to expand his horizons, and he's seeing a difference in how he can present some of his baits. So he picked himself up a Kestrel. Now, where these things are going to excel, whether you're using the Kestrel Elite, the standard Kestrel, or the Kestrel Air Micro Finesse, you're going to be able to cast up to a 16th ounce system, like a 16 ounce jig, 16th ounce lure, whatever it may be, up to a 16th of an ounce on a bait caster in the wind and throw it out there far. Now, it's funny how many people don't understand the little shallow spool, okay? So they'll buy these and go, wait a minute, this thing feels like a toy. It's so light. And yeah, they come in at 4.4 ounces, the Kestrel Elite, and that's going to be a magnesium frame in the Elite. And all your other Kestrels, whether it's the Kestrel Air Micro Finesse or your standard Kestrels, they're going to be full carbon fiber chassis. Now, what separates the Kestrel standards versus the Kestrel Micro Air Finesse? It's going to be the handle, okay? So this one right here is your standard TPE handle, where the one on the screen is your Micro Air Finesse handle. It's just, we all like to pimp them out, do different things. It's just a different option for you, but they all share the same spool, okay? So that's the difference. Kestrel Elite is a magnesium frame coming at 4.4 ounces. The Kestrel and the Kestrel Micro Air is going to come in at 4.6 ounces. All three different systems are going to allow you to cast up to a 1/16 of an ounce. Where they do change in price, obviously the Kestrel Elite is going to be quite a bit more, coming in about $100 to $150 more with that magnesium alloy frame. It's going to be a more rigid frame, a stronger frame. So if you're really setting the hook on big fish and you're really going to kind of get a little more abusive to the system, the Kestrel Elite is something that I recommend for you. If you don't want to spend that kind of money, or you're not going to be that hard on your gear, now granted this is finesse gear, so you really shouldn't be hard on it anyways. This is going to be the system you're going to go after to save a couple bucks. If you want the fancy handle, 150 gets you into the Kestrel Air Micro Finesse. If you're looking for the bare frills, but yet still a loaded package and a very, very excellent system, you're going to be looking at the Kestrels. And they come in two different gear ratios. And one's going to be an 8-to-1, and the other one's going to be a 7-4-to-1, okay? Now, you'll see those represented by the different colors. Blue and orange handles represent the different gear ratios, but you're getting a low-friction tapered line guide, that shallow spool like I was talking about. And I was saying, Anthony didn't realize, what's the shallow spool for? For lighter lines. And he was like, well, what kind of lines do I put on there? Finesse lines like 13X braid or 8X braid or some of the different brands out there, okay? Now, as you see, the Micro Air Finesse is sold out, but you can still get others. Say you want to get your own handle, and I have a couple extra handles that I can put on my systems, and you can swap them out. But that was the difference between those, and I wanted to highlight those. So this one's going to come in at about $100. The Micro Air, when it's in stock, it's going to be $149, and you're going to be able to fish and present your baits and water columns so amazingly well, whether the wind is blowing. And normally you would have to use spinning gear to even try to attempt that. Now you can do it with these Kestrels. Say you want to drop shot and get light stuff out there, you can do it with these, presenting different water columns. Say you want to throw a weightless fluke, little tiny thing on a hook, on light line, and throw it out there with no weight at all. Now you're going to be able to cover more water and do it more effectively and actually retrieve it easy and present it more finessable with this system here. It is crazy how great they actually work. It is awesome. So $100 price points coming in with the Kestrel systems. It is awesome. So, oh, look at this. Hold on. I got to see. We got ourselves a VIP in the comment section. I lost him. Where'd he go? So many comments coming through right now. But we had a spool speed, high-speed bearings in the house. And actually, one of the things I want to do is actually, I know that Scott over at Spool Speed is pimping out. He's got an MG12 that he's been loading, and the MG12 is a child birthed from the Kestrel Elite. So if you think about it, guys, oh, look at right here. There he is right there. Brian K. Wade, AJ has him. I do. I have spool high-speed bearings that I am actually kitting a lot of my reels with. But these things cast amazingly well without the spool high-speed bearings. But you want to make them cast even farther, even crazier, Scott will get you taken care of, guys. So plug right there for Scott. If you want to get and present baits at an amazingly different way, super affordably, the Kestrel is the way to go. You want to do it even more. And like I said, you got the Kestrel Air Micro Finesse. That's a great example I was talking about with different handles. Some of the different handles that I have are spool speed handles. So like you can see right here, the Kestrel Air Micro Finesse is out of stock. Pick yourself up a normal Kestrel or Kestrel Elite. Get a hold of Scott. Check out the handles he's got. Maybe get a bearing kit from him or send your reel to him. He's going to go through it, put in his XCR bearings in there, and make this amazingly castable reel even more castable. And you can get those very tiny, up to a 1/16 of an ounce lures even farther out there in a multitude of conditions. It's crazy. It's crazy awesome. And the fact that Scott's in the house right now with this just tells you right there, he loves it. He loves his MG12, which, like I said, is a child, a product of the Kestrel series. So, guys, that's some of the ones that we see happening in this sale going on right now on KastKing.com. Some of the other ones I want to talk about too, not just the Kestrel series, is going to be, oh, my arrow's jumping too fast ahead of me, is a couple ones. So actually we'll knock them out right now. Royal Legend Pro bait casting reel and Skeet Reese Icon. Guys, let me know in the comment section which one you would choose. What do you guys, oh, look at it. Scott's talking about it right there. The MG12 is off the chain good. I agree. It is crazy good. And that's crazy good factory. It is amazingly good without Scott's touch to it, without Scott putting his golden finger on there and making it even better. That's what Scott specializes in, is taking good products and making them even better. It's kind of like BASF. We didn't design it. We just made it better. That's kind of Scott's thing. Scott has got some great additional things that he can take on any reel, whether it's a KastKing reel, a Daiwa, a Shimano, an Abu, or whoever it may be. Scott's got something for you guys, and he loves pimping out your favorite reels and making them even better. So speaking of which, what is your guys' favorite? And Scott, I know you've got one. Scott needs a Skeet Reese. I don't know if I've sent him one or if he's gotten one yet, but which one, guys? Let me know in the comment section. What's your favorite between the two? We've had this debate before. Do you guys like the $99 Skeet Reese Icon, or do you guys like the $91 Royale Legend Pro? Let me know which one it is in this shootout. Which one's your banger? Sorry, my dog is all around me, and I got tons of fishing gear on me, trying to knock stuff down. Which one is your go-to reel, guys, and why? Are you guys a Skeet Reese, this guy right here, a Skeet Reese Icon fan, or are you guys a Royale Legend Pro fan? And I'm going to talk about the differences between the two. This is a hard one for me. This is a hard one for me. So right now, Rashawn is saying the Skeet Reese is better. I saw the other one. Where did it go? Yak and Sign Fishing says Royale Legend Pro for the win. It's crazy. It's such Royale Legend Pro is so smooth. Jennifer Lude's liking the Royale Legend Pro. Eric Pickman saying Royale all day. Now, how many of you guys have both? Let me know, those of you making the comments, how many has both? Now, I know, Rashawn, you've got both. Skeet just moved into hometown. Oh, man. Why is Skeet better? I'm not going to say either is better, but I'll tell you why I'll tell you the pros and cons of both, okay? So, now, why I would say the Skeet Reese Pro is better than the Royale Legend Pro or the Skeet Reese Icon, it's an aluminum frame. Okay, that is probably one of the only reasons I would edge the Skeet Reese Icon over the Royale Legend Pro. Okay, now I have fished with both. I mean, as you can see right here, I have a Royale Legend Pro. It is not a aluminum frame, but it is an awesome system right here, guys. I'm telling you, it is phenomenal. Let's go ahead and click into it, and then we'll talk about the Skeet Reese reel in just a moment. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this thing. Okay, so you have a gear ratio for 8-to-1 gear ratio. Okay, so you have a high-speed gear ratio, TPE knobs, aluminum handle, triple disc carbon fiber drag. You have a, I believe it's a 7+1 bearing system. Let's confirm that because I've got a million reels. So we'll get into that bearing system. No, I'm sorry, it's an 11-to-1 stainless steel shielded ball bearing system. So for you bearing counters out there, it is a phenomenal system. Now, again, Scott, he's already got one of these, and he's pimped it out with his bearings. Now, this reel right here, where it edges out the Skeet Reese, is off of fan love for it. For one, this reel was designed by the fans, and of course, my lighting does not give it justice. It has that celestial purple, and you know I love purple color to it. It is beautiful, and of course it has its own matching rod. Okay, so now you can buy yourself a Royale Legend Pro in a baitcaster or in a spinning, and I've got both here for you. Both triple disc carbon fiber drag. I believe we're talking like 17.6 to 18 pounds of drag on the spinning, and then of course you have, actually it's more, it's into the 20s. This one's 17 to 18 on the baitcaster. Now, you have a fantastic bearing system on this 11+1 stainless steel shielded ball bearings. But then, of course, you have a brass pinion gear as well as carbon fiber drag washers and aluminum drive gear. So when you set into that fish, you're going to have that flawless carbon drag that's going to allow that line to slip and spin. Now, your hardcore bass anglers cinch that drag down. But I'm the kind of guy that likes to use drag. I like that slip, except on a hook set. I want that hard, heavy hook set. And then if I know I've got a beast of a fish on there, I'm going to back that drag off. Cliff Crochet, he built and engineered the deadbolt with no drag, and then caught an 11-pounder on a crankbait and regretted it. Now, don't get me wrong, that deadbolt is fantastic for when you're flipping and yanking out a heavy structure. but it can definitely be Achilles heel when you don't want to bend a treble hook or you don't want to break off an 11-pounder in competition. So yeah, having drag and not having drag is a heck of a debate, and there's a time and a place for it. So another great system to talk about is the braking system. And I can tell you right now, the braking system on this reel is insane. So let's find the braking system so I can actually show it to you guys right here. That's the 8:1 gear ratio. Where is my braking system hiding from me? Another great thing while we're talking about it, but we'll get to it in a minute. Let me just scroll down and find it because I'm trying to find it while we're live. Right here. Okay, so this is the Automag dual braking system in the Royale Legend Pro. Now, the Icon has a great braking system as well, and we'll get into that in a moment. But what this is a almost self-adjusting, okay, braking system that all you have to do is just quickly, easily hit the magnetic dial on there. And I shouldn't have done that because now I just changed my braking system for what I have, but I can dial it in quickly. So it's a very easy Automag braking system, and you have a forceful magnetic system, almost like a brake shoe, right? So you have, instead of actually having magnets that face, horizontally and oppose each other, you have a full 360-degree braking system that, as this happens, you have this arc system that actually flies out, almost like the A and B system, and those braking points go out and creates a larger magnetic field as you set your tension this way. So it is a new style magnetic braking system that uses similar centrifugal force concepts to actually work flawlessly. And I can tell you right now, this carbon fiber, super lightweight, low compact frame with that braking system is comfortable in your hands and flat works. You combine that with that celestial purple on top of the 11+1 stainless steel shielded ball bearings, aluminum handle, TPE, and low friction tapered line guides, all under $100. This is a great system. So super lightweight, beautiful color, it gets it done. Okay. So Scott agreeing here. I'm actually going to be talking to my wrap guy, and I'm going to have my the Suzuki logo probably put in purple. That is definitely something I'm thinking about, but it would be beautiful. So loving that. Now, one thing that it edges out the Icon on is that purple color matched on a purple rod. Okay, so that's one flaw I can say that you can kind of put a tally against the Icon. So Skeet Reese has his own brand of rods. KastKing does not make a Skeet Reese rod. So that's a downfall for the Icon series. You can't combo with a matching rod. So if you wanted a Skeet Reese rod, you'd have to get a hold of Skeet Reese, buy an Icon reel, put it on a Skeet Reese rod. So that is kind of a downfall there if you're that kind of person. If none of that noise makes any problem to you, then you're good to go. But if you like those matching combos, Royale Legend Pro rod, Royale Legend Pro reel, that is available in both the Baitcaster as well as in the spinning. And yes, like I said, they do have it in a spinning system, okay? Right here. Now, they've got it in a multitude of different actions. Again, of over 20 pounds of drag on this triple disc carbon fiber drag, TPE handle in the spinning, still that carbon fiber frame, braid ready. You can combo in a matching rod. You can't do that in the Icon. So that is one of the flaws and downfalls of the Icon. Now, and a win for the Royale Legend Pro. Now, let's talk about the positives of the Royale Legend Pro, or the Skeet Reese Icon. Aluminum frame, okay? Aluminum frame. That is where this absolutely excels for you. Now, they both have a TPE handles or knobs, as you can see right here. Both have aluminum handles. They've got the Royale Legend Pro is coming in with that carbon fiber frame, still very rigid, but not as strong as the as an aluminum frame that you get in the Skeet Reese Icon. Both have a low friction tapered line guide. Both have triple disc carbon fiber drag, boasting around 16 to 18 pounds of drag, depending on the model you go with. Both rocking 11+1 stainless steel shielded bearing system. And if you wanted to get rid of those and put some of Scott's bearings in there, you could definitely hit Scott up and he'll get you dialed in. Now, let's talk about another thing here, okay? Both have and brass pinion gear, but the Skeet Reese Icon has an aluminum main gear and aluminum main shaft, okay? Now, stainless steel would be an awesome system in there as far as is like just durability and things like that, but it's going to add weight. So you use a lot of your aluminum, and then you use a lot of brass to help keep that in there, and it works out very, very well for you. I talked about that low friction tapered line guide. That is on both the Royal Legend Pro and the Skeet Reese Icon. Now, let's talk about the braking system on this reel. That's where it really starts to go together. Now, if you see, it has that Automag braking system. Now, like I said, they were very similar. Why are they similar? Because they're pretty much the same braking system. Royal Legend Pro has the Automag as well as the Skeet Reese Icon. So both braking systems work flawless. That's where they change. You do not have the pretty, beautiful paint job, and you don't have a matching rod unless you go and buy the Skeet Reese Icon. But that doesn't bother me. Why? Because I like to throw my Icon reels on Asages because they complement an Asage very well, and they don't look too bad on a Speed Demon Pro, even though Speed Demon Pro is going out there. So that's really the main difference. You have a little bit more drag on the Skeet Reese Icon, and you have an aluminum frame. But other than that, they're pretty much very comparable other than color. You have these yellow knobs. If you love the yellow, fantastic. If you don't, that could be a flaw for you. So, guys, that's a hard toss-up. Let me know if you were thinking about buying one, if some of those answered your questions and helped you out in that system. So it is a great, great package. Let me know. Are you going to swing more Royal Legend Pro with the information I just gave you? Or are you thinking you're going to go with the Skeet Reese Icon? But remember, Royal Legend Pros come as combos. Skeet Reese Icon, you can definitely combo it, but you don't get a matching combo. Is that a big deal for you or not? I like the Skeet Reese Icon, whether it's a Virus rod, whether it's on a Speed Demon Pro, whether it's on a Asage, or if you go and buy a Skeet Reese rod. I would love to see you guys stay with a KastKing rod. Skeet, he ain't going to turn down a sale. Not at all. And we understand that. So let's see. What do we got? Yellow knob, have both. In the spin cap, say, yeah, definitely Skeet Reese is more durable than the Royal Legend Pro. See, I haven't had it. I haven't wore either of them out. I know that guys like Rashawn are out there fishing every single day. I've got the day jobs. I mean, guys, look at this. I mean, even on my side hustles, look at that. I'm rubbing, I'm wearing blisters under my thumbs. So guys like Rashawn out there, he's wearing blisters into his thumbs off of just getting out there and catching fish with these Royal Legend Pros as well as the Icons. All right, so let's talk about it. We talked about the Captain. We talked about the Rover. We talked about the Royal Legend Pro. We talked about the Kestrels. We talked about the Skeet Reese Icons. We talked about the Hypersils. But what did we not talk about just yet? We didn't talk about these guys. Another cool feature that is actually featured in this sale, guys. Guys, that's one thing I definitely want to talk about too, is this sale that's happening on KastKing.com. Let's talk about it. You go to it. Let's scoot over. It's the summer sale event that's happening right here. So we go into it. We look. There's lots of different things to choose from rods, reels, tackle, and things like that. But one of the main reasons I'm talking about this is some of the different tackle management systems that we're talking about. And of course, you can see tackle bags. You can see different combos in there and stuff. But some things that may go unseen are things like this guy right here. And it is a cool feature design. And we're going to actually just jump in here and go into tackle and look at some of this other stuff. So while you're checking out the summer sale, there's other things that we can look at. And it's going to be all tackle management. You can easily find it. And it is the bait capsule. So let's scroll down until we see the bait capsule. And right here, there it is. Easily found if you guys are looking for it and available. This is one of your larger size capsules. What is the use of a bait capsule, you say? Okay, so Al Norker actually designed this because on his boat, and he likes to take his dog with him, and a lot of times my dog's sitting just below me. She got up and she moved. But we all know that anytime you've got these big treble hooks on here, let me go ahead and pull this thing out and get rid of the bait capsule and just show you what we're dealing with right here. So we have, here is a jerk bait, and already I've got a hook in my finger, okay? That tells you how sharp these hooks are, that I've got a hook in my finger just from getting it out of there. What's another problem that we see? Those hooks like to grab rod socks. They like to grab other reels. They like to grab human flesh. They like to get your dog. They like to do a lot of things. So we all know that anytime you guys have a hook exposed, they can be problematic. Whether it pokes you, stabs you, gets hung in a rod sock, gets hung in the carpet on your boat, gets hung in your dog. These things are a nightmare. If you're putting them in your car, in your truck, transporting it, they get in your seat, they get into a passenger. That's where the bait capsule comes in. So what you have is a perforated, I don't know if you guys can see that, a perforated holes that allows moisture to get out and keeps your hooks from rusting and drying. It also has a pass-through notch. You can see that right there. Here, let me put it above my head. Nope, let's put it on Skeet Reese. Okay, you see that pass-through notch? So what that's for is for your line to lay through. You drop your bait into that capsule, and then you secure it. Now, it'll allow that wet bait to dry with those perforations, and then it has its own hook. So you guys can hook it to an eyelet, you can hook it to a reel, and now you are keeping your bait off your rod sock. You're keeping it on the reel. You're keeping it out of your skin. You're keeping it out of your dog. You're keeping it out of your pets. You're keeping it out of your wife. You're keeping it out of your husband, out of your baby sisters, uncles, whoever it may be. Now those hooks are no longer exposed and no longer a problem. And you're thinking to yourself, well, that's all fine and dandy, AJ, but what about a worm system, okay? What if I'm doing a worm, especially like a drop shot? Well, that's where I came in. And I told Al Norker after he came out with the first bait capsules, Al, we need a drop shot bait capsule. He listened. We have those available as well. Boom, right there. As you can see it, it's the drop shot. So look at this, guys. Check this out. So now you have a pass through. So you have a line that passes through this way, a line that passes through that way, and you even have a hook holder inside. So you decide to do it. Whether you're using a long drop shot or you're using a short drop shot, you can just put the bait in there by itself and do the pass through. Or if you look right here, that is for you to put a hook into, and you can actually lock your hook in right there. This one's also perforated to allow for drying of the bait, so you don't capture a bunch of water in there, moisture. Pass through in the front, pass through in the back. So check this out. So I'm going to take my drop shot, and I Texas rig my drop shots here in Arizona because we have a lot of structure that we have to fish around because of our lakes are always going up and down in levels. So that allows for a lot of foliage to grow and they get submerged and whatnot. So you're going to put your bait in there and you're going to close it off. Okay. So we're going to pass it. Okay. Now that's through the pass through. It's good to go. Now this thing is just flopping around. How do you secure it? Because there's no hook on it. Well, Al with the drop shot said, okay, with this whole new design, we need to be able to click it to a rod. Look at that. Snaps and fixes to your rod. So now your drop shot, like they call this a drop shot hook holder, your drop shot actually goes on there, and then your lure is out of the way, and now your rod sock can slide over. You're not putting that hook there. You don't have this dangling before, whether you put your hook down here and you had your tether flapping, or you put your drop shot weight and your hook was exposed here getting into everything. Brilliant design, guys. These are awesome. They're 20% off as part of this sale right now. Guys, that right there, I'm telling you, this system is something you guys got to grab and take advantage of. How many people have the bait capsule? How many of you guys need it? The bait capsule keeps the hooks out of my SUV's carpet. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You don't want to get the dog hooked. No, dude, can you imagine your dog's on the deck of your boat with you, or your wife's with you or whatever, and you accidentally hook them, or they run over and they step on it? How many of you guys have been nailed by it? It just absolutely sucks. It is awful. So this is such a great design. It's going to work. Oh, look at this. Thank you, Scott. I'm going to post this right here. I'm going to make a statement here, in my opinion, based on what I've seen out of KastKing in the past year. Now, I'll be honest. I've known Scott for quite a few years, and Scott was skeptical of KastKing years ago. Wasn't the biggest fan in the world, and he is definitely becoming a huge KastKing fan. So this is very great for me to watch this happening right now. I'm going to make a statement here. In my opinion, based on what I've seen out of KastKing in the past year, KastKing will be the comparison that other reels are compared against. Move over, Shimano, Daiwa. The new standard of comparison has come to town. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few years. Scott, thank you very much for the kind words. And I can tell you right now, we've got a lot of really great things planned. Scott, come see me at ICAST next month. I got a reel to show you. If you love what we've been talking about lately, you're gonna die for what I'm gonna show you at ICAST. And guys, those of you watching, other fans, you're gonna want to see it too. All right, so let's keep moving on. We're about to wrap this up, guys. I know it's been a long show. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, and we're gonna talk about some last little bit of items here that we haven't covered that I really wanted to get in there and talk to you guys. And that is the different backpack systems that we have. And let me step over here and grab them. Some fishing tools, as well as our fishing nets. Okay, and then we'll go through it pretty quick. Right here, one on special, and we'll get into tackle management. Let's show it. Let me get in here and show it right here. We're going to go all the way up and see it right here. Where is... That's the sling bag. I'm looking for the KastKing carry-all right here. Boom. So we're going to jump in it. I have it right here in front of me. This is the KastKing carry-all bag. As you can see, it's 10% off, and it's got some really neat features. So one thing to take note of right out of the gate up here is the system. Now, you have a couple different systems to choose from. This guy's flopped open right now. But look at this. This is like a Velcro system right here. So you got the KastKing logo. You don't see it on there, but you can put your pliers into this area right here, as you can see in the photo. You could put a Velcro patch right there. So you can put your name on Velcro. Say you were a former military. You can put some of your different patches from the military on here. You can put funny patches. And yes, this patch right here, American flag, comes with this system. Or you can just take it off and rock the KastKing logo. Not a big deal, but kind of a cool little feature. Again, like I said, you could put your different fishing pliers in here. It's also going to be a great area to store lots of other gear. Now, down inside, if you look, let's open that up. Put your pliers on the outside, sunglasses on the inside. So they're finding two different ways to take advantage of space. And of course, bait space is one of our bags, carry-all is another. So say you've got to carry it all in here. Let's talk about it. You've got a pair of sunglasses. So let's talk about that. Let's get a pair of sunglasses out right here. It's going to go into this nice sealed system, and it is also, it's like almost like a fleece, lined system that's not going to scratch your lenses. So you can put your sunglasses in here, and then on the back side, piggyback your pliers. So one little area, little bitty space about this big, and you're now storing your sunglasses safely and padded, as well as your favorite pair of pliers. That's just another cool little feature on top of that. And also rocking your favorite patch or identification on there. And that's just super neat. And we haven't even gotten past the first flap, guys. So that's great storage. Sunglasses, patch, pliers. You have the ability to store a couple rods, right? You can put one rod here, okay? Or you can put two rods here, or you can multi-purpose and put a drink there. So that's some of your other storage options that you can add on here. So you could get at least 3 rods. And the cool thing about this is you have the ability to store a spinning rod or bait caster and tether them down with these Velcro straps. Now, more Molly style storage. You have the little system here, as well as the see-through package. You have another system of storage here. And then, of course, getting into it, you have the ability to carry at least 4 to 5 3600 series boxes. And we already talked about the 3600 series boxes of the Hypersils. But these systems also come with 4 of your favorite normal 3600 series Plano style, that's what we all know them as, tackle boxes. Now you can swap these out, give them to your brother, your sister, and put Hypersil boxes in there, or you could just retain these. But like I said, you could fit up to about 9 of these boxes, 4 in the bottom compartment and 4 or 5 in the top compartment, or you can leave these compartments open for your storage of soft plastics. You can put clothes in here, whatever it may be. And another cool thing too is, let's say you want to get rid of all the dividers or all the tackle boxes. You have a divider that separates the tackle boxes down on the bottom side, right? So you have the tackle boxes here. Let me pull this out. There is a inseam Velcro divider right here that would create a floor. That's this divider here. So you can remove that, and now you have a huge open tackle bag, or you can separate with that divider on the sewn-in Velcro seams. So you can keep your lunch up here separated from your tackle and put your tackle on here. That is a really cool system. And then, of course, your bait space systems share very similar designs. So a lot of the same features that I talked about, except instead of having it accessible from the front, it's accessible from the back. In the bait space systems, you can also incorporate several other bait space additional packages, like the line system, like the PVC folders for all your different like spinner baits, soft plastics. Those can all be outfitted and they quickly snap to the front of these. So that's one cool feature to check out between the carry-all or the bait space systems, and both discounted, and you can double it on there. Now, do I love tackle bags? I absolutely do, because this is my main service tackle bag. But what's another cool thing about it is I have tackle bags for several different systems. I have tackle bags for pond hopping. I have tackle bags for an area called Black River, where I go hiking every year. I hike in, catch smallmouth. We catch like 100 every year. It's crazy. So, and then I have a tackle bag for like my micro fishing stuff, like when I go up north and catch trout. And of course, like you see, I keep them loaded and ready to go. I have all kinds of different soft plastics, and then you can utilize it. So there's a reason, okay, well, I already have one tackle bag. Have a couple more, because if you're like me and you do several different types of fishing, you're going to like all the different systems that we have and utilize in here. Like I said, they come with different PV systems. So whether it's the bait space, the carry-all, or just a simple tackle system that you want to just incorporate one bag, or you want to have several, I have several. This is my main bag that I use the most of, but I have another bag that I keep in my garage ready to go. So you can swap that around, jump from boats to kayaks to hiking in, from pond hopping to river. We're always doing specials. These are great bags to choose from, and you can definitely outfit them in a multitude of different fashions. So that's great to look at. Now, last but not least, before I wrap the show up, guys, I want to show you two more packages. This is a great system to keep with your bait space tackle bag, and it is the Steel and Stream tackle system that is also part of the mega sale happening right now. Okay, so let's go over it and let's talk about what's in this package right now. So as you guys can tell, I'm going to open this thing up fresh for you guys and your viewing pleasure. So we're going to get it open, and I'm going to show you. So when you guys order the Steel Stream, this is the 8-pack, okay? It comes with just about everything you guys need for a lot of your fishing adventures, okay? So what we have is going to be a lip gripper. So whether you like to grip a fish or you catch fish that you shouldn't grip at all that have toothy critters, now you have a lip gripper. So if you go, ew, gross, I don't want to touch it, or it's going to bite you, or it could poke you, this is a great system to have and get in there and actually grip those fish and get it done. So once you lock it into the soft part of their mouth, you can lock it, you can hold on to it. If the fish is slippery, you can actually get a finger in that hook holder and keep you from dropping that big catfish that's flopping around or whatever it may be. You've got a solid grip with the gripper as well as that finger notch. This is a great system to have, even if you're the kind of person that, how many times have we caught a fish as bass fishermen, me personally, and it's a monster fish? Oh my God, it's huge. It's a monster. And then you get it up and you're like, ah, it's a catfish. And I go, cut the line. I don't want it in my boat. It's going to slime everything. I don't want it to flop and harpoon me, things like that. That's where things like this, or you got to reach in and try to grab it by the mouth. And if it flops, you can get harpooned. That's where this is going to help even better as well. So that's a great feature to think about when it comes to that. You also get these scissors. These scissors are going to work great for braid, as well as all of your like nylon lines and polymer style lines. And it comes with a tether. That's another great feature in the Steel Stream. Pair of pliers. Put this pair of pliers into your carry-all or your bait space bag. All of this stuff is going to go great in that bag. That's what I'm saying. This is a great addition to those backpacks. Combo it. You got a tether as well for your pliers. That way, if they ever fall, they don't get lost. Check it out. This guy right here. Say you want to put a retractable tether. Now you can do that with your keys. You can do that with your pliers. You can do any of that other simple stuff. This is great to have it on that little retractable system, however you want to incorporate that. Now, let's say you get a hook down in the gullet, way deep down in a fish. This Steel to Stream has a hook gripper to help you get those hooks out of the fish. And let's say you just got a clean fish. You get a nice fillet knife. Now, they do have several different options with a couple different lengths of fillet knives, but this one has got a great rubberized grip coating. It's very ergonomical, got that nice finger action. You can actually get it by the tang, or you can keep your finger back away when you're trying to clean and fillet those fish. Now, this isn't just a fillet knife. It is a great knife for barbecue and things like that. It is awesome, awesome system. You can use this. Our first fillet knife we ever came out with, I still use to this day, and I cut beef and lots of other meats down with it because it's such a great blade and it's easy to sharpen when I do need to sharpen it. And then the last two features on this, because I know we've been on for a while, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. We're going on an hour and a half right here. These seem like a gimmick, okay, till you need one, right? So what I like these for is, say you're going out and you have rod sleeves that do not have the tether on them, okay? This is a simple example. You can use these in a multitude of ways. It's all they are is a tether. So if you're driving down the road and it's in the back of your pickup, these can actually fill with air and you lose your rod sock. Now, a good rod sock has a loop that goes around your reel. Or let's say you're limited on rod socks and your loop doesn't fit or it broke. Or you've got multiple rod socks that doesn't have it. Or you just need to tether some things down. Where this system is going to work great for you is, okay, I don't want to use my rod socks. I'm going to go ahead and come around. And what this does is you're going to pass this ball around right through the loop into itself, okay? Right through itself. And then you'll cinch this down right here to the ball, okay? Let me show you how that's going to work. So the exact example I'm trying to show you is these little tethers will come around. You'll bring that ball through right there. See it? Came through like a knot almost. And then I cinch it down with that little tightening system. Now, will this thing like tow your boat back to shore? No, but it's definitely not going to allow that to come loose, and it's not going to let my rod socks fly off. These little things right here, dude, I wish Ricky Farley was still in the chat. We had a bunch of these at one time, and we had a bunch of stuff come loose on our kayaks. We were out pond fishing, and the wind was making hell for us. And I'm like, how can we tether this stuff down? We started digging around our tackle and go, oh, dude, we got those little tethers. And ever since then, I have fallen in love with these. I keep a couple in my door pocket on my truck because you never know when you just need to strap something down or just tether something away from flying off. These, I'm telling you, until you actually use one, you go, oh, dude, I'm never going to use it until you need it. And then you're like, dude, those things are gold. And I adore these. I had a ton of them. I give a bunch away, and now I regret it. So every time I get a couple more, I love them, love them, love them, love them. And those are available in that kit that you get with the Steel Stream system. So guys, check it out. You're going to find it. It is the Steel Stream Fishing Tool Pack of 8. It's a great system. Let's find it under our tools. We're going to jump into that. We're going to go into, let's go into probably, we'll just find it generically right there, Steel Stream Toolkit. So, all right, so this is the 8-piece kit that I was just telling you about, and it is 10% off. So 36 bucks, guys, $36. And there's fillet knives that cost way more than that. There are pliers and scissors that cost way more than that. So the fact that you can get a hook remover, scissors that work great on braid as well as normal line, the traditional style pliers, fillet knife, lip gripper, and those tethers for 36 bucks, guys, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, maybe you don't need the whole 8-piece kit. You don't really care for the tether and the hook holder. You can get the 6-piece kit and knock yourself almost $10 off of that kit. That is definitely a good system to go. Now, before I turn you guys loose, and I know for those of you that have stuck with me, and I'm going to tell you about the giveaway right now because I'm going to do a giveaway. We got the Brutus foldable nets. That's the last thing we're going to do. And I'm going to let you guys choose if you win. If you're going to be the winner, you guys got to come back next week to be part of this giveaway, okay? How you're going to win the giveaway, and I'm either going to give away a Steel Stream toolkit that I just talked about, or I'm going to give away your choice of the, whether if it's in stock, that's got to be the thing. It's got to be in stock, the Brutus foldable nets. So what you guys have is a PVC or a nylon net material. A bug just came in through the doggy door and is coming at me. Sorry. They come in their own case, and you can get several different sizes. Now, in the PVC and then nylon style or the silicone net, they come in different sizes. The PVC has a 20 by 16 to 10, a 15, 20, a 19, 20, 18, or in the silicone, you can jump in and get similar lengths. Now, the silicone net's going to work great for very temperamental species of fish like trout, salmon, things like that. But your PVC net, this is going to be your more robust net. And you have several different styles to choose from. The great thing about this is it is a foldable net that packs and stows away down in under 2 feet. You can put this thing behind the seat of your truck. Now, this is your standard net. It does come with a ruler scale on it so you can measure your fish catch. But let's say you want to get into an even longer, they do have them in longer systems to really reach out there and get it. This is one of your more smaller. They do come in smaller and larger systems, okay? Up to 45 down to 27, okay? That's the one I have shown here. Now, catfish, things like that can get snagged in here a lot easier. But with that PVC style, you're going to have a lot less snags from a catfish or from a treble hook. They will get snagged, but this design does reduce that quite a bit. Now, another great thing, like I said, is you can twist it. It comes up, locks in, and then, of course, you click this button, and you can stow it, guys. I know I'm kind of going through this fast because I've kept you guys on here for an hour and a half, and I apologize. But look at how small that is. That's under about 2 feet. About 2 feet, you can stick this behind the seat of your truck, trunk of your car. It goes into a rod locker. It goes into a bait locker, and it doesn't get stuck. Think about a kayak. Do you want this giant, cumbersome net in a kayak that's holding up a lot of space? No, you can store it very easily with these Brutus foldable nets. They are a great addition for anyone. Now, coming in at $41.99, and of course, several different sizes to choose from, up to 34, getting down into the big dog right there. That guy right there is going to be the big one. You're going to see that one coming in at $54. But still, under $60 for such a great foldable net. It is a great option. Now, like I said, guys, how are you going to be able to win in this, okay? Yeah, Joe saying love the PVC net. It's the way to go. Love it, love it, love it. I love these nets. I have several to choose from. So, do you guys want a PVC net or do you guys want the steel stream? Let me know in the comment section. And that's actually how you guys are going to be able to get entered. You guys got to make sure you're commenting. So, if you guys have already been commenting in the comment section, you're already entered. If you've just been viewing and you haven't commented yet, you haven't entered. So now you have a chance to enter. Let me know in the comment section if you guys were to win. Do you want the Steel Stream tool pack or do you guys want a Brutus foldable net? Just let me know. I want the Brutus foldable net or AJ's the man. Give it away, AJ. Any kind of a great comment in the comment section is going to work as an entry, but you got to make sure you like this and you're also following us, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Make sure you're following us and you will be entered. See, like that is a great comment right there. That's got Helen already entered to win right there. Affordable prices. That's how you do it. Come back next week. I'm going to go live again and should be back to the normal scheduled date, Tuesday. And I believe that's going to be Tuesday the 24th, the day before my birthday. I'm turning 45, suckers. So I'm getting old. Get to that point where I kind of think that I've lived longer than I have left. Scary, right? But anyways, that's how you guys are going to be entered to win. So whether it's the Brutus PVC folding net, the Rover, the Steel and Stream fishing kit, the backpacks, the rods, the reels, whatever it may be that you guys have been commenting on, that's got you entered to win. Your choice if you're the winner of the Brutus net or the plier knife set, guys. And you guys will, if you're one of the lucky winners, you will have your choice to choose which one you want. I'm going to choose a Facebook winner and a YouTube winner. Guys, that's going to do it for me. Whew. That was an hour and a half long show, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know it was all over the place. We had people commenting, jumping around, trying to cover as much as I can. But, guys, I do my best, especially with the time that I'm given to cover all the different topics that we want to cover. And definitely, Homebase wanted you guys to know about the Skeet Grease Icon Reels. They wanted you to know about the Royal Legend Pros, Royal Legend Pro rods, the Kestrel Elite systems, and as well as those awesome rods. That is an IM9 system on those rods, stainless steel guides, alkanite, zirconium alkanite rings. Guys, just some great products from the Hypersil tackle boxes. And yes, I ordered 36 purple ones to go with the already purple ones I have. Or whether it's the bait capsules, lots of great things to choose from, guys. But thank you very much. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What's this one? You'd love to have a Rover. I'm not giving a Rover away. Not yet, but I might. You never know. Tune in next week. I'll have our finalists picked out. I'm going to give one Facebook winner and one YouTube winner. So I'm going to have 2 finalists for Facebook, 2 finalists for YouTube. We'll do the old coin toss showdown. And then, of course, whoever wins between those gets our win for Facebook and our win for YouTube. Guys, if you're not following us on TikTok, check us out. TikTok USA, KastKing USA on TikTok. Same handle for Instagram. It's going to be KastKing USA, as well as KastKing Community. And then, of course, on Facebook, you already know, KastKing, or on YouTube, you already know. Just make sure you hit that notification or subscribe button when we go live, and have a great time. Guys, I'm out of here, and you guys have yourselves a great night. See you guys next week. I'm out.